Well, thank you, Commissioner, and truly am grateful to be here and to be here representing the University of Wisconsin, and never take that for granted. And always an exciting time of the year as we wrap up our summer workouts and get ready to report to camp. And the one thing that everyone here knows is there's a lot of talk about how things are changing and all the differences in how things are so different than before. The one thing I feel and am very grateful for is that there are a lot of changes, but the one thing that hasn't changed for me is I get to work at a great university, and the players that I get to be around every day and coach, and the group of people in the athletic department and our football program, I'm truly fortunate to be around them every day, and that hasn't changed. And so I know there is a lot of change around us, but truly feel grateful that I'm at a place that, yeah, we're trying to get better and need to do that. And I'm not saying we're staying the same, but the core values haven't changed, and that I don't take for granted. And, here this day with three of our players, I think are great representatives of our program, and Keanu Benton, Nick Herbig, and Graham Mertz. And look forward, if you haven't already, I look forward for you to get to know them. And I think, like I said, three guys that truly represent our program in the right way. And obviously we're all excited for the season. Every team this time of the year is. And the best part of the season is going out and each day going to work and becoming the best team you can be.
Okay, we're ready to open for questions. We'll go start right here.
Hey, Coach Chryst. Tino Bovenzi with Spectrum News 1. How has Graham taken a leap in leadership this offseason, and how do you think he's progressing so far?
I've appreciated the way that Graham has approached this, offseason, from coming back in the winter and spring and summer. And last year he was a leader in many ways, and he's continued to do that, and he's taking ownership of the things that he needs to do, and does a great job of communicating and working with the rest of our players, and because it's about all of us, right? And I think a good leader, it's how can you, certainly you got to lead by example, but also how can you help others to be the best they can be. And I think he's trying to do that, and I'm seeing him do that, and that you, as a coach, you appreciate.
We'll go right here in front.
Hi, Ben Parr, Junior Journalism. Coach Brahm has become known for his creative coaching. What is the biggest thing you'll keep in mind when facing the Boilers this October?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a ton of respect for Jeff, and I think he's a heck of a football coach. And, we know that, and I think everyone in the league knows it. And I think that's what's fun about playing him. You've got to be on your toes, and you can't get caught up in trying to cheat one way, and he'll take advantage of it. But it's, I think that's one of the things I love about being in the Big Ten is you get to go up against and face great competition, players on other teams, some of the best in the country, and I feel the same with coaches. And so I think that's one of the great things about being in the Big Ten is each and every week you're going to face really good coaches that have really good players. And certainly Jeff and Purdue they do a tremendous job, and so you got to be on that game.
We'll go back here.
Me again. Tino Bovenzi with Spectrum News 1. New offensive coordinator this year. How does that free you up and let you, handle other fires that are going on? And how does that really help the team overall?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Bobby Ingram having a chance to be with us, and for me to get back and coach with him. Had a chance to coach a couple years with Bobby, and just a tremendous amount of respect. And I think one thing that always feels important when you add a coach is you kind of think about your players, and that's where I'm most excited for our players, to be around Bobby. And and I think that it's as much, the chance for the timing was right for really both of us, but for Bobby to come. And I think that with Bobby, we're a better team, and so I think it does give me a chance to maybe do some different things. And you can't spend enough time with your players. You can't spend enough time with all the things that truly matter. And so hopefully I can continue to do the best I can in those areas, but also don't want to, certainly not looking to get away from the football part of it. But I'm really excited for our players with Bobby here.
Coach, we're going to go all the way over to our right.
Braden Brown with KFIZ. 10 days ago, Braylon Allen, Graham Mertz, Nick Herbig, a large chunk of the Badgers roster played in that charity softball game. What was your thoughts on the game, and was there any trepidation with a large chunk of the roster playing in the game?
No, I mean, I think it's I love it, and I think that we've been fortunate, and those guys get to do a number of things in the state, and we've had other guys be part of when some of our players that have moved on and playing on in the NFL, and they come back and do things with them. But I think it's a special thing to be a player at the University of Wisconsin, especially around the state. And anytime they're together, I think it's a good thing. And I know they had fun with that one, and it was a really good experience for everyone. And so how can you not be fired up about that?
We have time for a couple more.
John Steppe with the Cedar Rapids Gazette. You're obviously familiar with John Budmeyer. What do you think he'll add to the Iowa staff as an analyst?
Yeah, I am very familiar with him, and again, think the world of John. And he's talented in a number of ways, and also, Coach Ferentz and the rest of their staff. It's a good football staff. They'll figure it out. I'm sure he'll add a lot for him.
Tino Bovenzi with Spectrum News 1 again. Benton and Herbig have the potential to lead you guys to putting together another great defense.
Right.
You just talk about the potential for that and what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I think, in Keanu and Nick, you've got two guys that played a lot of football and played good football for us. And yet what I love about them both is tremendous leaders, not just for our defense, for our team. And we've been fortunate. We've played really good defense, and I'm grateful. I think we got a heck of a defensive staff. Certainly a lot of people know about Jim Leonard, but I think our coaches, we got a really, really good staff. And I think what makes them good is they know our players and they get to know our players. And we're going to have some names this year that like Keanu and Nick that have played, and we'll have some new faces or some new names. But I think that it's a great starting point when you've got just today with New and Nick here. We've got some other guys that didn't come that you feel good and have played a lot, and the addition of some other players and with the staff. We got work to do, but I feel confident in that group, and I think we're all excited. We're all excited about it. We've got some younger guys that we feel like has good talent, and now this is their time. And so there's no doubt we lost some really good production from last year, but we are excited about the group that we have, and like I said, we're going to need training camp. We got to have a good camp, but I like a lot of what we got going on there.
Coach, over to our right again.
Paul, hey, Steve Streaming, XLX Sports. With the entire West Division seemingly to get more competitive all the time, how much does that refocus your efforts in every aspect of your game to get a competitive edge?
I think every year, you're trying to do that, and we're not. I can't imagine we're any different than any of our competitors, right? That every year you're trying to get that edge, and you're trying to be the best that you can be to give yourself a chance. And there's more talk maybe about it right now, but I've always felt that there's a lot of competition, and I think that's what's great about this game is there are no days off, and there is no week that you don't have to be extremely prepared for. And our guys know that, and that's why I think it's so important that you have great phases in your winter workout phase, your spring ball phase, your summer plan, and leading into fall camp. You know, those are the things that get you ready for the season. But I've always had a ton of respect for every team in this conference, and like I said before, and I mean it, you know you're going to face some really, really special players, and I've got a lot of respect for the coaches across the league. And so when you know that, every week is big, and you better, on your own, you better do everything you can to try to find what it is to help give yourself and your team its best chance.